Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another video here today. Today's video, I just got a couple of things that I wanted to like really touch on, and yeah, we would react to some videos, do some projects, and I know that there is a very massive fight that is going to start in the next let's roughly say maybe 3 hours maybe from now. So yeah, I've the grind still continues, man. Like I still gotta do what I gotta do. But yeah, just I guess I wouldn't really go for too long because I know a lot of people would want to tune in into those fights. And I think it starts in like the next, in terms of like the main event, that starts in like the next 37 minutes. So look at me, even myself, I want to watch a fight too. So I'll be like, so yeah, I was like, bro, we got some bills to pay real quick, and yeah, we will enjoy that fight afterwards. So yeah, pretty much. I just have a couple of topics or a couple of videos that I just want to go through real quick, and then I will and then we will jump into the sorry, I'm like watching another screen doing something right now, so I'm kind of trying to gather my thoughts while I'm doing this. So um yeah, so that's pretty much what we're about to do. So a couple of videos to react to, and then we get into the project, and well, we close it out from there. And I wouldn't really go too long into the projects as well because there isn't really much I want to like dive into because there's only a few things that I really want to fix with it, and I'm realizing that I have one complicated problem that I think that I can maybe do that the next time, but I just want to like solve a few problems or for this page here, and then I'll do the rest tomorrow. So I'll do a stream tomorrow, and we'll just be like build it out from there, like build out the more complicated things that I have to complete. So which is like what I've realized is that one, I'm not getting like an email notification anytime someone sends an order. So I have to fix that. I will start to fix to like make sure like the paper and stuff is working. So I have to do that as well. And then I have to fix like the shopping page because apparently like there is no information showing on the shopping page. So I'll have to fix those three things. So yeah, we are about to do that. And yeah, again, I apologize for not having a camera. I'm working on getting one right now, but it will be it will come eventually. But yeah, I'll get it real soon, man. But to like get into the first topic, I have, should you become a full stack developer? And to be honest, the short answer is yes, because that is how you earn a lot of money. And you can see that the second topic, should you become a backend developer? So to kind of like just give a short monologue because we will get into both. I should have probably get a video where should you become a front end developer, but you know what? Hold on, eh? We might as well, extra content for me, right? Should you become a front end developer? I wonder if this guy has a video on this. Let's see. Uh, Let me put, I think it's shades of codes. Or he have full stack, full stack. Again, I guess he didn't bother to make a video on should he become okay, front end. Okay, let's probably tune into this one. Let's tune into this one and let's see. So yeah, pretty much. Yeah, as I said, the short answer for me is full stack is the best one because that one earns you the most money. And yes, they just because something comes with a lot of money, obviously it's going to take a lot of problems to solve them. I mean, the project that I'm doing right now, I'll technically be considered a full stack developer because I'm working on the front end and the back end, right? So to be honest, the front end is AI can do front end, right? Like, I mean, bro, literally just type into AI, yo, can you just build like a front end gift shop or front end like shoe store or whatever, and bro, it'll build it in like no time, bro. So I mean, AI can do the front end development part of you for you, sorry. But when it comes to the back end now, that's when it gets a bit complicated because it seems to not have enough data in order, even though, which is kind of strange to me because I'm using ChatGPT, right? And you know, the backend logic for me fails constantly, which is surprising to me because it's like, isn't this not being trained off of data, right? So it's like if I type a certain response into the chat box, it's supposed to understand what I mean, right? But for some reason, the data that ChatGPT has isn't that good, right? So to be honest, man, front end, sorry, full stack is the way to go. Front end, AI can do it, and back end is like you can still do back end with the help of AI, but you just have to like double check the code and ensure that all the logic makes sense because sometimes AI doesn't get the logic correctly, and then well, that takes you down a whole that takes down a whole leap of code to fix. So yeah. But let's just jump into this first video though about should you become a full stack developer. Let's pull this back a bit and let's get into it.
So you're thinking about becoming a full stack developer. Sounds powerful, right? Twice the skills, twice the opportunities, twice the LinkedIn clout.
Oh yeah! I want you!
But here's the truth. Being full stack doesn't make you unstoppable. It makes you overworked and underpaid with twice the headaches. Because front end alone is already chaos. You pick React, but then someone screams, Vue is better. You touch Angular.
I mean, to me, when someone says front end, right? I'll be sorry, man. When someone says front end, I literally just think about um like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Like I don't think you need to go any further than there because I mean, if you're using React, it's like I mean you're kind of doing too much body. Like bro, just use HTML and CSS and JavaScript and you're good. Like bro, just like like you can just use JavaScript for drop down menus and CSS always style the page and stuff like that, and HTML to with obviously the structure of the page, right? So, it's like to use React and all these different stacks is like, bro, like, buddy, what are you doing, bro? Like, get a life, man. You know?
Already chaos. You pick React, but then someone screams, Vue is better. You touch Angular, but then everyone tells you it's dead. You finally get something working, but the CSS decides to betray you. And suddenly one button is 3 pixels off and you're questioning your life choices.
Yeah, man, bro. I used to remember those days when I started like starting to understand CSS, bro. Man, CSS was a headache to understand, bro. And I mean, it still technically is because, I mean, bro, look, it's like why struggle with CSS now when you have AI, man? Like AI can literally do it. I mean, if you don't like something, you could also change the colors of it. But really and truly, bro, like man, just type into AI, just type into AI, look at this modern website and like copy the CSS code, bro, and like yeah, man, it's done, bro.
Decides to betray you. And suddenly one button is 3 pixels off and you're questioning your life choices. But backend isn't easier. Wiring databases, fixing authentication, and Docker is
And we'll get into the backend, but yeah, backend is, I would say if I had to choose between backend or front end, I would probably choose front end because backend, bro, man, bro, if your logic isn't on point, bro, you are cooked, man.
But backend isn't easier. Wiring databases, fixing authentication, and
Yep.
Docker is exploding for no reason. The logs are screaming, Postgres is mad, and the server only goes down when your boss is watching. So being full stack should make you a hero. But in reality, it makes you half good at 2 things while being blamed for both. You can style a front end, but it looks like it was designed in MS Paint. You can write a back end, but it's held together with Stack Overflow copy-paste. You're not full stack, you're full panic. But companies love it. Why hire 2 devs when they can hire 1 full stack engineer and squeeze out double the work for the same paycheck? And they'll call it a growth opportunity.
Yeah. Well,
Translation. You're about to do the jobs of 3 people while being paid like one with exposure to production environments. Wait,
yeah. Oh wait, bro. This man bought again his sponsor, bro. We not about to do that, man. Hold on. Let me skip this part. I have one thing I wanted to say though. That let me skip past this. Okay. Yeah. What I wanted to say is that it's capitalism, right? I mean, everyone looking to hire everyone for the cheapest, right? So it's like, yes, you can maybe get a front end and a front end dev and a back end dev, or you can get a full time dev that does both the same job of the front end and the back end. But as he mentioned in the video, is that you know it's going to take a lot of time or a lot of skill to learn or to be good at front end and back end, right? So it's like you can understand the logic of saying, well, I can hire this front end developer who's very good at this because he's been doing this for like 10 years, right? Or then you could say the same thing as well for the back end developer who, been doing this for 10 years, building servers and whatever, right? So it's like, yes, you can hire professionals that are good at that one thing, but it's like this full stack developer who has been a full stack developer for like 5 years, you know, just came into the game and can literally take your job because he's doing both of your jobs, right? The front end and the back end, but for a lower salary, right? So it's just capitalism at the end of the day because companies they don't want to hire a they don't want to hire two different people when one person can do the job, so it's what it is, man. That's how the world is. But to be honest, man, like I actually hear it because I mean it does make sense to hire one person who's very good at this one thing rather than hiring someone who's half good at this thing, but they can do the work. But I mean it's up to you, man, however you want to, do
below.
that. But
Back to
yeah.
it. And the job descriptions are wild. They say full stack developer, but what they really mean is React, Angular, Vue, Node, Python, Java, SQL, GraphQL, Docker, Kubernetes, AWS, Azure, and maybe Psychic Powers. All for
I'm gonna keep it real. Any companies, bro, I'm using React, like Spring, maybe some JavaScript, like Tailwind, like bro, I'm not, bro. We ain't doing all that, bro. Like, yo, I ain't doing all that, bro.
$70,000 and free coffee. Is free coffee really worth all that?
Yeah,
But
man.
the interviews are the real circus.
Oh,
First, they'll hit you.
that's another thing. Sorry if we keep pausing, but I just had to say this, like, bro, do not. If it's one thing I've learned, especially because I'm young still, right? Like one thing I've learned is to never undervalue yourself, man. Bro, if you know you're good at something, man, bro, try to get the best out of that skill, man. Like never undervalue yourself, bro, because like I understand why some people may say that, well, I need a paycheck or whatever, blah blah, but it's like, bro, if a company sees that demand in you, like that confidence in you, it's like, bro, they rather hire you rather than someone saying, well, I'm just casual, I'm just here to work. Like, bro, nah, bro, companies want to see that determination. They don't want to see, well, he has like, and this is Trinidadian, like Trinidadian sayings, right? Because I'm not sure about American, whatever, countries you're from. But if like everyone has a grade 2 or like a grade 3 in English, like what separates you from those people? And it's like, bro, you just have to be determined and have that confidence and being like, yo, bro, like whatever job you want me to do, bro, I can do that in like one day. Like you just have to be confident, man. Like never undervalue yourself, bro.
Is free coffee really worth all that? But the interviews are the real circus. First, they'll hit you with front end. Explain React's virtual DOM. Then backend, how do indexes work in Postgres? Then system design. Scale Netflix on a whiteboard. Like, bro, do I have to build meta to get into meta? Here's the truth. Being full stack doesn't make you more valuable, it makes you more replaceable. Because once they know you can do everything, they'll just keep dumping everything on you. You're not an engineer, you're now the solution to everyone's problem, but with burnout issues. So should you become a full stack developer? If you love juggling chaos, go for it. If you enjoy debugging CSS at 2 a.m. and database migrations at 3 a.m., welcome aboard, but don't fall for the hype. Because full stack isn't 2 jobs in one, it's 3 jobs duct taped together with a solo salary. And that's the scam nobody puts in the job description. And hey, if you enjoyed this content, make sure to...
Yeah, so this is a good video, man. I liked it a lot. I mean, I would say that you know, from the project that I have built so far, and to be honest, I would say companies, you know, will take those projects into consideration. But yeah, man, it really, you know, you really have that love for it and that determination for it.
So what's it?
So that would really be my advice. And now let's get into, should you become a back-end developer? So let's see what he is saying here.
Really like being a backend developer. So, what's it really like being a backend developer in 2025? From the outside, people imagine backend devs as these mysterious wizards working behind the scenes, pulling the levers that make websites run. But the reality is a mix of problem solving, firefighting, and drinking way too much coffee while staring at logs that don't make sense even after you paste them into Claude. Well, the core of backend work hasn't changed. You're building APIs, managing databases, and making sure the front end doesn't break when it...
Yep, this is yep. Yeah, you have to build the when he means that APIs is like when like users react, or sorry, when users like use the front end parts of the website, like you have to ensure that it's clean, it's working, like nothing is breaking. Hence that's why he said make sure that the front end doesn't break. So it's like it's just to basically make when someone is using your application, that it pretty much, like in simple terms, make sure that it works, right? So, and then managing databases mean that like all like the data that customers would enter into the database, making sure that they're going into the right fields and the right tables, the right rows, you know, blah blah blah. And can't forget the servers as well, to make sure the servers work as well.
Asks for data. But right now, the tools and expectations are heavier than ever. Microservices, containers, and serverless functions are no longer buzzwords. They're the standard. Instead of one big codebase, you're managing dozens of small ones, each with its own quirks. Sure, microservices sound great in theory, but then you're the one debugging why the payment service can't talk to the auth service, even though both are technically up. It's like being a digital plumber, constantly fixing leaks.
So I think basically what you're trying to say is like when you set on like PayPal and Apple Pay and Google Pay, like basically what you're trying to say is that like it's going to be a headache to like configure those codes to ensure that they work, you know, so that when someone purchases a product from a website, ensure that they like PayPal or Amazon or whatever is connected, right? So, or your credit card company is connected to like Amazon whenever you're purchasing a product.
Talk to the auth service, even though both are technically up. It's like being a digital plumber, constantly fixing leaks in an invisible pipe system. Then there's cloud computing. AWS, Azure, and GCP have gotten so massive that just knowing how to deploy something is practically a full-time job. AWS alone has over 200 services, and you're expected to at least pretend you know the difference between Fargate, Lambda, ECS, and EKS. The joke...
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna keep it sorry, bro. I have no idea what, bro. This is gibberish to me, bro. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Pretend you know the difference between Fargate, Lambda, ECS, and EKS. The joke among backend devs is that most of your time is spent not writing code, but clicking through cloud dashboards trying to figure out what broke. And if you've ever woken up at 3 a.m. because your auto-scaling group failed, congratulations, you've unlocked true backend developer bingo. And let's not forget the favorite child of basically every tech company nowadays, AI. It has crept into the backend world. And it's not just about writing models anymore. AI is being baked into infrastructure. A lot of backend...
But you see, and I mean, he is right. Yes, AI is coming into backend and also front end. But it's like, it still isn't that good though, because as I said, like, I mean, use ChatGPT, and what I realized with ChatGPT is that it doesn't, like, for some reason, like when you get too complicated, it doesn't understand the logic and it fails. And I mean, and you could just say that it probably doesn't have the data for it now, but it's not like it's bad, but you have to really there's a certain way how you have to use it, man. And yeah, it's man, it is what it is, man.
Not just about writing models anymore. AI is being baked into infrastructure. A lot of backend devs now spend time integrating large language models into their systems,
Yep.
whether it's for customer support chatbots or recommendation engines. Sounds exciting, right? Except that it also means handling unpredictable latency, token limits, and the occasional AI decided to hallucinate and recommend a toaster oven to someone shopping for.
Yep, bro. When it hallucinates, bro, I'll be like, bro. Yeah, but I'll be like, bro, please, AI, please stay focused, bro. But yeah.
And the occasional AI decided to hallucinate and recommend a toaster oven to someone shopping for car insurance. But maybe the most defining part of backend dev life in 2025 is security. Every company is terrified of being the next big headline for a data breach. So suddenly you're also a security engineer. You're expected to think about encryption, authentication, authorization, and API rate limiting constantly. And while front-end devs worry about button colors, you're stuck making sure hackers can't inject SQL into your login form. With ransomware, supply chain attacks, and malicious packages sneaking into open source libraries, it sometimes feels like
Yeah, that's why you have to like protect like your servers and like make sure that your code like and that's one thing with AI as well to like always ensure that whenever you're asking it to like build websites for you, make sure that you have like you tell it that yo add these security checks and whatever to my website so that things like this doesn't occur, right? So yeah, like bro, you don't want to have like you don't want your data to be like what happened to this T app. I believe that happened a couple of months ago. Yeah, man. Like, bro, don't make sure your backend is secure, man. Like your data, all those stuff, man. Make sure that it's secure because you don't want to end up like T app, and we all know how that went down. So,
chain attacks and malicious
well, and if you didn't know, like research it.
packages sneaking into open source libraries, it sometimes feels like you're defending a castle with a wooden sword. The day-to-day reality is meetings, Jira tickets, and incident reports
What
mixed with
the hell is
bursts of
this
deep
shorty
problem
doing?
solving. One moment you're designing a new feature to handle thousands of requests per second, and the next you're spending 4 hours chasing down a bug caused by a missing letter in a config file. It's equal parts exciting and frustrating. But here's the thing, back-end devs are the reason the internet doesn't collapse. When you order food,
Facts.
stream a movie, or send money across the globe, it's back-end code that makes it all work. Nobody notices when it runs perfectly, but everyone notices when it breaks. And that's kind of the job, really. You're invisible until disaster strikes. And if you still want to become a backend dev after hearing me rant for 3 minutes straight, you should try.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're not falling for the ad, buddy. But for real though. Yeah. Like he is right though. Like when you like imagine that I'll give two examples, right? Because they had this job opportunity, right? That I had to sign up for, and like I had to fill out this form, and it was online, right? And like when I was going through this form, it's like, bro, I just for some reason like I'm weird now. Like I every time I go on a website, I just click on the council to like see if there's any errors in it. Like yeah, I just be weird like that. And like when I see the res, I'll be like, bro, who is building these sites, bro? Right? And then it's like when I went to fill out the information in the form, it's like only certain data or not even all the data is saving. So I was like, bro, who is the person that is building this? Because it's like, bro, like I'm trying to enter information for the job opportunity and say I can't enter information because the person who built this backend, like my brother, what are you doing? So I want I kind of like look at it as a job opportunity in itself because I was like, bro, I can hit up this company and be like, yo, I can fix this backend problem, this console problem that you're having, right? So and then the second part where you mentioned about when it works, no one notices. It's simple as like when you order like Uber Eats or you order a product from Amazon or whatever you may do, right? You clearly see that it works. So and you don't like complain or whatever. But hey man, shout out to the developers out there, man, because we are very important people to society and we need more recognition. So shout out to you, man. But let's get into the second video where we talk about should you become front and web front end web front end web development is changing quickly. Let's go into this one.
The worst part about being a
Open up this. Let's go.
The worst part about being a front-end developer is developing UIs, which also happens to be 100% of the job. Web developers have tried to make things easier with countless UI libraries like Bootstrap, Material, and so on, but recently, ShadCN, the hottest UI framework in the front-end world recently, released a major update that makes it way overpowered. And it's nothing like you've ever seen before. The only way I can think to describe it is like if Ruby on Rails and Skynet had a baby who grew up and got jacked on steroids and then got into front-end web development. When I started this channel back in 2017, my goal was to make tutorials like this Facebook style emoji reaction thing. The code for that video took the better part of a day, but now I can build an even better one in like 30 seconds. In today's video, you'll learn how to build a custom front-end website faster than ever, but with great power comes great trade-offs, and we'll also look at the drawbacks of this approach. It is September 5th.
Interesting. Let's see what he's talking about here.
2024, and you're watching the Code Report.
So he's basically saying that you can type whatever or use his application and is able to build that front end for you in like 30 seconds. But if you're able to build that front end so quickly, what about the back end? How does the back end work with that front end logic?
Last week I ran a poll about Vercel, and thousands of people agree that it's the best front-end cloud. This video is not sponsored by them, nor have they sponsored any of my past videos. And that's why I can tell you that yesterday Vercel took a pretty big L when it was revealed that ChatGPT switched from Next.js to Remix. Despite that, Vercel did make a really good move by hiring the developer behind ShadCN. And now, as we'll see, it's tightly integrated into the Vercel ecosystem. ShadCN is a component or UI library, but it's a lot different than most other libraries like Bootstrap. Instead of installing a massive library of components into your node modules and importing them, you copy and paste the code for each individual component into your own project, which allows you to use things a la carte and makes it easier to customize the code. It sounds chaotic, but it's based on primitives like radix and tailwind.
Wait, what?
Installing a massive library of components into your node modules and import libraries like Bootstrap. Instead of installing a massive library of components into your node modules and importing them, you copy and paste the code for each individual component into your own project, which allows you to use things a la carte and makes it easier to.
So he's saying that you could copy all that code into one and just, or get all those codes into one and just like copy them from there.
Customize the code. It sounds chaotic, but it's based on primitives like radix and tailwind, which keep things looking consistent. Pretty cool, but its killer new feature landed in the CLI in the form of a component registry. Like you can run ShadCN add data table or ShadCN add carousel to easily add those components to your project, and it works with all the major frameworks. But here's where things get really crazy. Vercel also runs this service called V0, which is an AI chatbot for building UIs. Like all you do is ask it for a button, and it'll return something that looks just as good as any A16Z funded startup with a $100 million valuation. If we look at the code though, what you'll notice it's doing is relying on the existing ShadCN button. It then AI generates some extra tailwind slop, and the end result is pretty nice. That's not the crazy part though. If we click on this install button up here, we'll have a command to ShadCN add this to our project. It'll automatically copy that code into our project and bring in any necessary dependencies. And now we have a cool custom button we can use anywhere. And not just
that's very cool, man. Wow, that is very cool. But I'm guessing, but to me, my big question about this though is, I mean, it's a simple question. It was like, how would this work? Like, how would this be connected to the backend though? Like that is like really my main concern from this.
But these URLs can also be made public to be shared with anyone, and you could even build up your own standard library of ShadCN components. If you drink the ShadCN Kool-Aid and then combine it with other AI tools like Copilot or Cursor, you can build UIs 10 times faster than you could just a few months ago, and they actually look halfway decent. The end result might look exactly the same as all your friends' side projects, but at least it didn't take you 6 months to build. But the AI haters out there will tell you to never touch any of these tools. They'll make your programming skills go flaccid, and their garbage code will eventually eventually backfire on you. But the reality is that just a few years ago, you'd have to solve many of these problems by going dumpster diving for code on blogs or humiliate yourself with a Stack Overflow question. But nowadays you have people building to-do apps in their Teslas in the IKEA parking lot. The AI performance gains are real, but they have to be used carefully and deliberately to avoid unnecessary complexity. I don't think
Okay, this is a very informative video. I mean, so I'm this was very, I mean, to be honest, AI really has changed the game when it comes to like coding now. So I mean, it's like you don't really need to do that much work anymore because you can like just go into ChatGPT and type whatever. So the fact that this application can't do that, that's a game changer, bro.
but they have to be used carefully and deliberately to avoid unnecessary complexity. I don't think tech like this will replace actual front-end developers, but here's my prediction. In the near future, I think developers will care less about the ergonomics of a framework, like the syntax differences between Angular, React, Vue, and Svelte, and care more about how quickly and reliably they can generate stuff. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a prompt-based UI framework. Oh, wait a minute, it actually looks like someone already built that. This has been the code.
Okay, that was a pretty informative video. I won't lie, man. I've learned a quite few bit from that video about what, like, how front end developers are. But I'm saying again to, like, bro, AI is here, bro. Like, I don't think much people would really care that much about how something looks in the front, as long as it's functional and it looks decent. Like, people, as long as it's easy to navigate, I don't think people really like care too much. But I mean, that's just me though. To me, like, bro, hey, as I said, it's simple to navigate through, bro. I'm chilling, man. But let's go to the next one where it talks about programming truths no one told me.
When I first started coding, I thought the definition of good code was simple. If there were no red squiggly lines in my editor, I was a genius. Spoiler alert, I wasn't. Over the years, I've learned that
Yeah, I won't lie. I myself, man, I hate to see like yellow lines, red lines, little like caution buttons. Like, bro, I hate to see those things, especially in my console as well. Like, bro, I hate to see like console errors and stuff like that. Like, live server isn't working or some, bro. Or sorry, your internal something is not connected. Like the 500 error. Like, bro, I hate seeing that in my console, man. It's so annoying, bro.
lines in my editor, I was a genius. Spoiler alert, I wasn't. Over the years, I've learned the hard way that there's a huge difference between code that works and code that's actually good. If I could go back in time and tattoo 5 programming principles onto my forehead, these are the ones I wish I'd picked. They're universal, no matter what language you write in. And if you actually use them, they'll save you from countless hours of pain. The first principle is that abstractions leak. On the surface, abstractions feel like magic. You use a framework, an ORM, or an API, and it hides all the messy details from you. But here's the catch. Every abstraction eventually shows its cracks. Imagine you're using an ORM to query a database. Life feels good until suddenly your app is slow because your single call has ballooned into 200 hidden queries. That's when the abstraction leaks. The lesson is simple. Tools save time, but you still need to understand what's happening under the hood. Otherwise, when things break, and they will, you're completely stuck. The second principle.
So basically, he's saying that you have to understand exactly like, basically, you have to understand everything. Not, okay, how can I describe this? Like, you have to genuinely understand everything that is going on, not just in like the front part of it, but even it's like, how can I put it? How can I describe this? I think it's I guess I'm thinking like about a ship analogy, like with like a ship, like even though like there's the bottom layer of it where the engine and stuff part is, like there's still people on top that have to keep navigating the ship and stuff like that. So it says like you have to really just understand the ship, understand the programming that goes behind building that ship or using that ship.
Otherwise, when things break, and they will, you're completely stuck. The second principle is Yagni, short for you aren't gonna need it. When you're starting out, it's tempting to over-engineer everything. You think, I'll add this extra layer or design this plugin system because maybe one day I'll need it. 99% of the time, you won't. I once spent a week building a whole modular architecture for a project that ended up being a glorified invoice parser. Nobody ever touched the future-proof system. The best code solves today's problems. Add complexity only when you absolutely need it. The third principle is that readability.
So basically, what he's saying that just focus on building code that works, code that are functional, rather than like trying to make something look cute. to pretty much, I'm guessing what he's trying to say.
Today's problems. Add complexity only when you absolutely need it. The third principle is that readability is more important than cleverness. Yes, it feels satisfying to squash your entire function into one dense one-liner with fancy rejects or bitwise hacks. But here's the reality. Code is read way more than it's written. 6 months later, when you, or your poor teammate, open that file, you'll regret trying to look smart instead of being clear. A few extra lines with meaningful variable names and clean structure will always outperform a clever trick that only you understand. Write code like the next person to read has a baseball bat and knows where you live. Fourth, composition.
So basically, what he's trying to say is that write code that is clean, understandable, and when you look to return to it in the future, it's like you can compete. It's like you can. It's basically like it's how can I? Well, yeah, I think I was going good there. It's like you walking. Okay, I won't lie, I don't have an analogy right now, but basically the point is that just made the code easier for you to understand, so that when you return to it in the future, you're not stressing to understand what you did, because you're just gonna put yourself into problems and just quit that project. And I've been there before as well, and that happens because one very main key thing, and I guess you should have discussed it as well, is that you should always add comments. Always have comments for certain sections, so that when you return to a code, you understand exactly like what exactly you have to fix and stuff like that. Because when you don't add when you don't add comments now, it's like you return to this project and you're like, what the hell is going on? So yeah, you always add comments, man.
The next person to read has a baseball bat and knows where you live. Fourth, composition beats inheritance. Early on, I thought object-oriented programming was all about making giant family trees. You'd have an animal class, then mammal, then dog, then poodle, then teacup poodle that barks funny. The deeper the tree got, the harder it became to change anything without breaking half the system. Composition flips the script. Instead of chaining classes together, you build smaller pieces, behaviors that can be combined however you need. Think Lego blocks, not a family tree. A dog can just have a bark behavior, a run behavior, maybe a fetch behavior. That flexibility makes your code far easier to adapt and maintain as projects grow. And finally, the fifth principle, code is for...
That part, I didn't really catch that part too much, but I mean, if you'll understand it, you can let me know, but I didn't really catch that part too much, to be honest.
Easier to adapt and maintain as projects grow. And finally, the fifth principle, code is for humans first, machines second.
What?
Yeah, I think that now I get what you mean. Basically, what he means that, simply put it, is that you can't write something without understanding it. So if you write a code and you don't understand the code, how would the machine understand it? Simple as that, man.
I know this sounds stupid, but hear me out. Machines literally don't care. You could name every variable Yo Mama and jam your entire app into one file, and the computer would run it just fine.
Yep.
But humans, they care a lot. Your teammates, your future self, anyone who has to maintain the thing, they all spend way more time reading code than writing it. Studies even show the ratio can be as high as 10 to 1. Good naming, consistent structure, and clarity are not optional polish. They are what makes your code usable in the long run.
Yep.
Think of your code as a letter you're writing to the next developer, not just instructions to the compiler. And if you really want to become better at programming, you need to hone your skills with good projects that show your worth as a developer. Well, that's where Codecraft...
Yeah, and we are not watching this ad, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So basically, what he's saying now, like, it is to like kind of keep it short and concise, to touch on what he meant on this video here. It's pretty simple, man. Like, if you like, what people have to understand when it comes to programming is that you have to make it. You can't write code that you don't understand. That is one. You have to write code to ensure that you know what you're doing and you know what you're writing, like you know what this code does, so that when someone or you go to propose this code to someone is that you don't look stupid explaining it to them, like you know exactly what each code does, right? And he's saying that to also be clear, you know, have like comments and those kind of stuff to your code. So it's basically, it looks nice, it's clean, and it's, you know, it's fun to enjoy, right? So yeah, that was pretty much it there for that. But now let's get into the project. And as I said, I didn't really, there's a few things that I just want to fix with it real quick. And yeah, we would touch on the much more difficult things on a further date, right? So so where we left off, let me just open back up this code again, because I have not touched this code. I have left it because I said that I would make a, I believe I said yesterday that I would I'll make a, I would continue with this code, right? Because I'm technically basically almost done. I don't think I mean, most I may have to do is like just add some, just make sure everything is working properly. But hopefully by this week I should, or next week I should say, finish this code. Let's do this real quick. Yeah, so what you have to do is fix this part here, and what we have to do as well is fix this part as well too, because I don't like it. Oh, and I forgot, because this is pretty simple to do as well. I forgot that I need to add, I need to go to my footer and create these, like create these things here as well too. So that's another thing. Which yeah, we should have time to do this. Yes, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 things to do. Yeah, man, we can do this. It shouldn't take too long. And I'm kinda cutting closer time as well too, because that the fight did start already, or the main event did start already. So yeah. All right, let's what I have to do is just get some images. So you know, I'll leave this here and I'll just move this code to the side, and let me go to our board page now. So where, okay, now I see it. So you know, where's another thing that you can do as well? Just go to console. Sorry, not console, but yeah, you see all errors there. But click this part here and figure out what is this. So this is about hero.image. Okay, I don't think that was gift shop display. Okay, I see. Okay, I see it now. I see it now. All right, so I need to get an image for this one. Um, so let me just like gift shop, and let me use pixels. What do y'all think looks nice? Let's go. Oh shit! Oh shoot! Hopefully y'all didn't see that, but damn it, man! Why do they always, bro? That's so annoying, man, bro. Trying to expose, man, bro. That's crazy, son. Okay, let me see. Yeah, bro. Bro, that is so dumb, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. If it's all there, get out. It gets out there, man. But, bro, that's so dumb, man. Uh, let me close. Okay, no, that closes the filters. If I go here. All right, nice. All right, let's go. What looks good? What looks good? What looks good? You know, I will. I'm a simple man. I'm a simple guy. You know, I'm not gonna take too long on this because I'm just doing too much. I'll be doing too much at that point. But looking for something that looks decent. Let me scroll back up real quick. I think I like what fits the theme though. Uh, I guess I'll go with this one. Oh wait. Okay, nice. Now that's good. All right, now it says asset. I don't know why it's doing the assets though. It doesn't need to go to assets. Wait, how much images I needed? Hold on, sorry. How much images I needed? I needed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh wait, you know what? This is 1. This will be 2. Right. That'll be 2. This will be 3. Then I'll use this as 4. Then I need to find a person. I'll go with this one. Now I'll go with, yeah, I'll go with this one. This is 5. All right, cool. Now let me add these things to my folder now. It should be under let me, hopefully this doesn't get more complicated. And let's call this about. And let me drag these, well, let me not show. Oh wait, yeah, y'all won't see it, never mind. Y'all won't see it. But what I will do though, okay, let me close this down, this. What I will do though is, I need to, okay, put this here, right, and then drag this, and then put all these into here, and then, shoot, you know what, shoot, hold on, let me, yeah, let me change the names of these files. About one, about 2, about 3, about 4, about 5. All right, let's go here. Right, then let's copy. Oh wait, no, I don't think I have much to really. Okay, now let me just move this here just in case. Let me now copy relative paths, and let's put this into this now. Okay, now so nothing shows. Okay, cool. All right. And what you have to do in order to get the image to work, skip all this and put this here, and then put this here. And if I go back to it now, refresh. Okay, no, I know what I'm missing. I have to put dot dot. Bro, this is what I hate, man, bro. Oh my gosh, man. File path is the most stupidest thing in this, bro. I swear, man. Bruh. What I'll do, I'll delete it. And what I'll do instead, yeah, man, I hate file paths, man. This thing is so dumb, bro. Oh shoot. Bro, I did say copy relative path though. What the hell? If I go to the dots. Bruh. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, let me put this here and put this here. Just so I can get some help if anyone knows what to do. Oh, it shoots. No, that didn't work. Do this. Does this work? No, that does not work as well. Okay. Let's go to assets. Slash. Bro, why are file paths so dumb in this, bro? Oh my gosh, man. It's so annoying, bro. I swear, bro. Because, bro, I don't understand. It's working above, though. So why is it not working, though? Like, if it's imports to CS, if the CSS file here is correct, right? Why is it not working down here? Like, this is so dumb about file paths, man. Like, oh my gosh, bro. I really hate file paths sometimes, bro. Um, yeah, because bro, it's supposed to work though. Like, I'm confused. Do I have it in the wrong file or something? Yeah, it's not under products. Wait, what was okay? What was Let me open up this real quick. Where is the home? Yeah, see, it works. It goes as assets. Where is the wait, can I believe there's a way to duplicate this, I believe. Yeah. Yes, so this doesn't make sense, bro. So as I'm on assets, I'm on images, literally have the same file path. Yeah, images spelled correct. Yeah, bro, no, it literally has the same file path. Like, I don't get why it's not, like, it's so dumb sometimes, man. Bro. Let's do this again, man. But like, that's because clearly, okay, so clearly it's two in front of this, right? And then you do slash, then you go to images, slash the images, and you go to slash here. Alright, it's supposed to work though. Like, I don't get why it's not popping up. Okay, let me, because yeah, it's saying source, so I mean, it's supposed to work, you know? Or unless it's trying to tell me that, okay, let's do this again. So let me delete all these files. Okay, you know what? I won't go through all that. So let me just put them in assets straight away. Where is assets? And let me just copy this and put this just into assets. Right? And now let me just copy the file path. Bro, where is the hell? Nope, that still is not working. Which doesn't make sense. Bro, what the hell? Like, bro, why is this damn thing not working? Oh my gosh, man, why is file path so stupid? Bruh, hate file paths, man. Bro, it's literally on the assets. All right, you know what? We'll come back to that another time, bro, because that is, bro. I genuinely hate file paths, man. It's so dumb, bro. It's so dumb, man. Bruh. You know what? Let me chat GPT here real quick. Let me share back my screen to ChatGPT. Hey, so I am getting a file path error based on the code that I sent you. Can you be able to help me solve this problem? Here is the error in my console. Oh my gosh, you're telling me I was supposed to do that? That's why it wasn't working? Bro, I feel like such an idiot right now, man. Bro, ain't no way that was a problem, bro. hold on. So it's saying that if I copy this and I go import dot jpg, and let's see, did it work? No, that did not work. Bruh, what? Bro, alright, I'll fix these file paths tomorrow, bro, because this is so dumb, bro. Man, I truly hate file paths, bro. This is one of the most annoying things about because it's such a simple problem, but yet they make it so hard, man. Like I don't get how you can't see the files, bro. Like it's right there in the folder, bro. Like what do you mean that you can't see it, bro? It's literally right there, bro. Like use some common sense, man. Like figure it out. Like your computer, your logical, like figure it out, man. Like it's annoying, bro. So if I go, okay, let me try one more thing, man. If I go that and then I go images slash about, and then I go images slash about. Nope, that still doesn't work, man. Bro, this is pathetic, man. I'm gonna solve this tomorrow. I eat file path problems, man. It's so annoying, bro. But yeah, let me fix this part, look. I don't like how this part here is, this section here is, what was the name of this? Dot container. Let me put this back here. I don't get why category was here. I did not open category. All right, so I was saying that yeah, I'll probably just, you know what? Yeah, let's get it done. Oh wait, why did it not? Okay, I need to have these here in one file though. Yeah, I don't know why they're separated from each other. Hold on. Let me put all these here together. Put you here, and then put you here too with them. Alright. What I'll do, I'll just like fix, like just get information for these three here. And I'll fix that about part another time, man, because that is, bro, that is so stupid and annoying, man. Well, it is what it is. But what I would tell it is, okay, so it's because I need to, let me just put this here real quick. Okay, oh, let me show you all that part then, because that doesn't make sense. Let me bring this here for you all. Alright, so okay, so I have a return policy privacy and terms of service links on my footer, but I do not have any content on any of those pages. Can you can you help me populate these pages? Also provide the CSS files as well. And you provide the the JSX for these three files along with their CSS files to style the page. All right, let's just get these three down here, and yeah, we'll move on. But yeah, I'll probably watch a couple of videos on how to like solve file path issues tomorrow, and yeah, because I said the fight is going on, and yeah, kind of do want to watch it. So yeah, so let's create these files here. So I believe that these would technically be on pages, right? So if I go, where's my footer? Uh, well, I'm guessing it would understand it. So if I just go on, if I go to return policy.jsx, copy this, then go to files, new files, then copy this, enter that, copy code to there. Hopefully I don't have to add this to the app though. And like is there any purpose that you don't use? Is that a bot? I don't know if that's a bot or whatever, but someone's asking is there any purpose? I guess is there any purpose that you don't use? I don't get what you mean, whoever. Blank VO. No, I mean for cursor. Or cursor or the IDE. No, I don't really use I don't use cursor. I just usually use ChatGPT. Yeah, I don't use I know what you mean with cursor, but no, I don't use cursor. I use ChatGPT. Uh, let me add this for private policy. Copy this right here. Then terms service JSX. New file. Copy this to that. Copy code. Put that there. But now, I mean, to be honest, I'm fine with like, because there is a limit with cursor as well, so I just kind of rather like do it myself, to be honest, instead of, like having cursor write it for me. I rather just like copy and paste from there. I'm kind of comfortable and quicker with doing it like that. Let's copy this here. Right, so let's go to my folders now and new file. Yeah, I need to fix this too, but there are some codes I need to fix later, but I wouldn't do the I won't what the hell? Sorry. Alright, let's copy that. Yeah, I have to organize these codes later, but I'll do that when I do it for next stream, but I won't do it now. So that was return. And let's go to private.css, copy this, then new file, copy that, copy, paste that, and then let's do the last one, which is terms of services. Copy this, then new file, and then copy that, copy this, bang. And I believe, okay, let me go back now. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. Where is the footer.jsx? So I'm guessing, I'm not guessing, but let's be in this. Where is it? This is the return policy. Remove this, then let's go to private. Oh, sorry, privacy. Wait, what? Why, bro? What the hell, bro? They're not so weird, bro. What? Why you call it privacy policy? Let's call it private, though. But well, whatever. And then terms of service. Right, and then let's see if this is working now. Wait, why is ChatGPT separated? Now that's all in one. Refresh this real quick. I think I have to. Okay, let me tell it. Yes, okay, let me just tell it. Yes, please update my footer.jsx file while leaving the existing logic intact. Let me copy this. Bro, why would you assume if I already sent you the code, ChatGPT? Damn it, man. Bro, this is what I mean about, like, bro, ChatGPT, you all need to fix your data, how your application handles data, man. Because I literally gave you a whole document on all my code. So how are you assuming that this is my code? Like, come on, man. Like, bro, I literally gave you the code, bro. Like, if I scroll up, like, bro, I literally gave you all the code, bro. What do you mean you're assuming? Like, what is there to assume? Like, I literally gave you it, bro. Gosh damn it, man. Bruh. Oh yes, or whatever you wrote, and if I need to add it to, yeah, I had a feeling that I had to add it to the API, to the app, sorry, to the app.jsx file. That's why it didn't work. Let me find my app.jsx file. Look, it's right here. And let me scroll all the way up. So import. Well, for me, it will be a different import, right? It will be import. Oh wait, but why would I copy all this though? Because it would technically be. I don't have to type that. Let me just copy this, paste that there, then add it to the routes. Where's my routes? Scroll all the way down. Let me add them right here. What do you mean that there's an error? Where, what? Okay, wait, that was. Okay, that's protected routes. What do you mean that? What do you mean that you're giving me an error? What are you talking about? What error are you talking about? Or do I have to add a new route? But that doesn't make sense. Why would you? Oh, footer. Wait, hold on. Okay, you know what? Let me just say that here is my full app.jsx file. Can you update it and leave the existing logic intact? So I have 144 line of code, so it probably should be maybe 148 or 147 maybe. Let's see. There we go. It's saying that it doesn't find it though. Which what? Yeah, because it's on the pages, so I don't get what you mean by you can't find it though. If I go back to my footer, let me copy this. Bro, what are you talking about? Because I didn't add the CSS files. Oh wait, no. Oh, okay, nah, I see the problem now. Let me copy this. Copy this. Yeah, I found it. That was the error. I found it. Let me just change. So this will be return. Where it is return policy. That's one. Then the second one, which would be the terms of services, right? So this one here would be, where is it? Terms of service, right? And then the last one, copy this, and then private policy, where is that? Yeah, I see it. Privacy policy, and bang, all that's fixed now. And now if I okay, why did my footer change though? Let me just fix this real quick. Yeah, well, it's working now. See that it's working now, that all is going, but for some reason it changed the way how my footer looks, which does not make sense. Why did it do that? Alright, you know what? I will figure, it's an hour and a half there. I'm gonna figure some of this out tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know why it did that, but as for an easy problem to fix. But yeah, tomorrow what I'll do is that, well, you know, that's even if I'm not sure if I'll stream tomorrow or not, because I may have a couple of things to like get done, but I'll see. But yeah, I'll try to fix whatever this problem here is, and yeah, I'll catch you back in another video. So yeah, make sure you like the video, share, subscribe, and yeah, man, I'll catch you back in another video, man. Peace.